Mr. Dugin, welcome to COGGS. So, if you kindly tell us about what's Kremlin's view of engaging with the global south?
So global south, that is idea that I don't like too much because it is colonial. There is global north that is rich and developed, and there is global south, a bit outdated, trying to catch the modernity and global trends. So I think that is colonial, a bit racist name, because I think that there is humanity and there is the West and the rest. And I think that under concept of global south, we mean precisely the rest. So humanity minus the West. And humanity, mankind, is difference, is diversity, is different civilizations, and we should not compare them to only one civilization, Western. I think that Russia is committed, seriously committed to defense of the cause of the peoples, the cause of the civilizations. And our decision, our will to establish or to help to establish multipolar world order, it is precisely that is move in favor of the rest. So idea to end hegemony of the West, the Western unipolar narrative, the Western pretension to possess the set of universal values and norms. And we need to challenge all that. That is in favor of all of us, of India, of Islam, of Africa, Latin America, China. And Russia feels itself much more in line with humanity than with the West. So that is important. That is the basis of Eurasian world vision. There is the Western civilization that has usurped the right to speak for all humanity, but they consider their globalization, universalism, as projection of their own values. If there is LGBT there in the West, it should be worldwide. If there are transhumanism in the West, it should be obligatory standard for all other civilization. And today, more and more civilizations appeal to the traditional values, their traditional values. And that, I would say, conservative turn in the world politics is a reflection that more and more countries and peoples and civilizations, they refuse to this kind of hegemony, of liberal global hegemony. So one American scientist, Charles Krauthammer, has called this transitional period unipolar moment, just a moment. And this moment arrives at its end. We call that in a little bit another manner, liberal moment. The liberal moment is over. So liberalism is no more destiny, no more universal trend that everybody is obliged to follow, to accept. So there appear new sets of values. For example, Vedic roots of Indian civilization, dharma, much more than democracy. Dharma as the universal cosmic eternal law. In Russia, we have as the center of our identity Christian church and the concept of the keeper, Russian leader as the keeper of the world order. That's cosmic function, cosmic mission. The same in China. It is a kind of restoration Confucianist attitude that goes through the communist and socialist system. That is very important metaphysical change. And what is the last but not least, maybe most important thing in the world, balance, that is the election of Trump. That is one of the greatest leader of the greatest Western country that has chosen traditional values instead of globalism and liberalism. So we are entering into the post-liberal era, and this post-liberal age precisely demand totally new kind of leaders. And I think that Mr. Narendra Modi is the beautiful example of such post-liberal leader, world leader, as Mr. Putin and as Mr. Trump and Mr. Xi Jinping. So that is time of totally new generation of post-liberal world leaders leading their country to the greatness, to the prosperity, basing on their civilizational values. These sets of value could be different, but they have common feature. All of them have common feature that refuse the postmodernism, liberalism, globalism as the destiny, as something inevitable, as something universal. It is just something optional. So we are present now at the end of this liberal globalist moment, and that is, I think, the main feature of new situation.
So when you say about the traditionalism, who are the leaders from the global south who is retaining those values?
So I think traditionalism is precisely the other name for this trend, because traditionalism, that is return to the traditional values as something central, as something essential. I think the difference between the rest and the West precisely consists in the fact that the global South societies are much more involved in traditional values. They are traditional societies. And the West has cut the ties with its own traditions. So now the council culture, work culture, that is the call to destroy all the traditional basis of the Western civilization itself. So they not only want to impose their anti-traditions attitude to other, they destroy their own traditions. So in that sense, we could find the new and maybe last ally in this traditionalism, the Western people and the Western society, who are now in ongoing revolt against anti-traditional liberal elites that have usurped the right to speak on the behalf of the West, on the behalf of the humanity, on the behalf of all the civilization. Because there are civilizations with the S, and Western civilization is as well one of them. But fighting against this liberal moment and wanting it to end as soon as possible, we are defending as well Western civilization with its deep and traditional values.